DVD roulette landed on Bones. So this will be interesting. This is going to be the first crime TV show that it landed on, I believe. So no more cartoons for now. Usually that is the TV show that it just happens to land on are my wonderful cartoons and Elf. So Bones it is. So this will be a very interesting review. It is the pilot episode, which makes sense. Why not do the opening of the actual show? So this will introduce the characters, and I will review the pilot episode right after this.
We're on the trail of the Fruitosaurus. Look at the size of these tracks. The legendary dinosaur that lived on sun-kissed fun fruits. We're getting close. I can feel it. New sun-kissed fun fruits dinosaurs. Tree fruit snacks made with real fruit. He's friendly. They're the most prehistoric fun fruits you ever saw. New sun-kissed fun fruits dinosaurs.
Well, here's the wonderful dinosaur fruit snacks commercial. I think they stopped making them I'm almost positive they stopped making them when you were born, and they literally weren't as good as when you could eventually have fruit snacks. So yeah, they pretty much discontinued them. I think they were too expensive to make. That's my guess. Because they are definitely not the same. So yes, these were the wonderful dinosaur fruit snacks. What's wrong? So I figured I would do this as they're digging up dinosaur bone or dinosaurs for that matter. And since Temperance Brennan from Bones discovers other types of things, only hers is a little bit more grotesque. So yeah, so let's go to the pilot of Bones. Of course, this is starring Emily. I hope I pronounced this name right. Chanel. She was, of course, in the movie Glory Road. Apparently, she was in Spider Man 2, and she was on Bones for 12 seasons. And then we also have David uh, Bornez. I think that's how you pronounce it. He is a Buffalo native who grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and his he is related to Dave Roberts, who is a weatherman, not Dave Thomas. There is a huge difference, but I'm glad that I did look this up to correct that little error. I'm not going to say who made it. It was not me. So,
wasn't me.
so yeah, this person's been saying it for years.
Definitely ain't me. I don't want.
So, and now we also have some other co-stars as well. Oh, I already forgot Goodman's name. Well, I'll get to that. We do have Miss Montenegro, who is, I'm trying to pronounce her name here. It is Michelle Conlin. She was also in The Lincoln Lawyer. I have seen her in that. And then we have T.J. Thine, who is Hodgins, and he was in an episode of Angel. I forgot to say what David Bornez was in.
Yes, you did.
Well, I will get to that. TJ Thine was in some other things as well. I already forgot what they are. I looked this up earlier. He was in some stuff that I did actually see. I just forgot about it. Oh, he was in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's right. We did see him in that. He was Stu Lu Hu. Yes.
What else? Who?
He was in Ghost World, What Women Want. Um, I forgot which part he would, but I remember we saw him and I said he looked familiar, and then we figured it out. So we did see him for sure. I'm trying to see what else he was in here. Oh, the show The Rookie, Grey's Anatomy, that's original. Law and Order Special Victims Unit, Urban Nightmares.
Who has not been in that?
Yeah, I know. Who has not been in SVU Special Victims Unit? If you are anybody in Hollywood, you've been in that show. Um, so that is pretty much Hodgins. He was in some other things as well. Um, I'm trying to get to one more person here. I just forgot the actor's name. The guy who plays Goodman. Because he was in the show Last Man Standing.
Never heard.
That was with the wonderful Tim Allen.
Never heard.
Jonathan Adams. Yeah, so he was in Last Man Standing, and he does a lot of voices, it turns out, for video games. Diablo, I believe Fortnite. I already forgot the other one. He did a lot of voice stuff. Oh, Justice League. So that is, and then David Boreanaz, since I forgot to say what he was in, even though people probably know, he was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer for years. Then he was in Angel. Then he was in Bones. I forgot to say he was in Married with Children in 1987. Um, and then he was also in, was the name of the show FBI after, was that the show that he was in after Bones, or was it that SEAL Team or something like that?
Still cheap.
SEAL Team. Okay, so he was in SEAL Team. Sorry. I'm not really up to date on some of these action TV shows. I don't really watch a whole lot of them.
You might have to.
I might. It's possible. Yes, and David Boreanaz did move to Los Angeles to actually go into acting. He went to college in Ithaca, New York to study that. So he did go back. So, this what?
What the hell is that?
Ithaca? I don't exactly know where it is, but I guess that's where he studied acting right from. Because I guess he went to Philadelphia, then he went to Ithaca for college. So, anyway, so Bones is a very it's an interesting show. It's actually based on a real person. This is an anthropologist who works with the FBI, and when they find just remains of the bones, she is able to find out if it's male, female, um,
Probably.
cause of death. So it is pretty interesting how she does that. Then they also have this neat little gadget that they work with at the Smithsonian. So, like I said, she does work with the FBI and FBI agents, and the lab team don't always get along too well because I like the joke they made in the movie The Rock. Um, the guy said, if you are a field agent, you are not an educated person. So these are very smart people in the Smithsonian, pretty much to a person that doesn't really have the education being an FBI field agent. So the brains kind of mismatch in that kind of way. And also, they're looking at just the crime. He's looking at who the crime could be against, and that could penalize them. So that is pretty much the story. So Temperance Brennan is coming back from Guatemala. Her friend is picking her up, and of course, the airport is a problem. It's very typical. The computer is out, and the guy behind the desk isn't paying attention. This happens all the time. I think flying is a big pain in the butt, and she must have been flying southwest. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Glitch at the arrivals board. Hello? Sir, excuse me, Yeah. Hi.
Well, so the computers were down. We have to be careful with these clips because, yes, it is. Unfortunately, it is officially owned by Disney. So, as I wanted to show more, believe me, I wanted to show the computers out. I wanted to show her get annoyed in an airport because this was me the one year in a nutshell, and that's with the computers working. So I don't know how people can suck up to these airlines, but I'm sorry, I cannot. So moving on, this is one way to get a attention of a person behind the desk. Now, if that guy was on Reddit or Discord, he would still ignore her, or he would just pee his pants. So I know what you're saying. This is very inappropriate to do this in an airport. Maybe so, but the great Gordon Ramsay, yes, Gordon Ramsay was actually arrested in 1993 for being nude in public at the oh crap. I believe it's the Gore some it's a park outside of Buckingham Palace with other chefs. I would laugh if one of them was Graham Kerr. but I guarantee Jamie Oliver was one of them. So yes, I found out that story today. You can even look it up. It is true, and yes, I laughed about it. So yes, so if you think this is inappropriate, that is worse, and that actually happened. So this was a very funny scene, and this is a good way to kick off a pilot episode. But if you think that scene is pretty funny, this one's even better. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Oh, little misunderstanding here. What about your guns? What is she in charge now? No, I'll tell you when you can. Boo.
So I am going to apologize here. So the park thing with Gordon Ramsay was actually wrong. It was Park.
Green Park Station.
Oh yes, Green Park Station. Yes, at the train station with two other chefs. So there were three of them, and I will bet that one of them was actually the very gentle Jamie Oliver. But I don't know that for sure. It's just a guess. So, so it was yes, so it was at the train station. So, going back to Bones here after my little mistake. Um,
You make lots of food.
oh no, I do not. So,
I'm not.
so no, you're not. So, obviously, Temperance Brennan here makes a small mistake, attacking a Homeland Security person. But to be fair, he did not identify himself, and she kind of yes, and it's what she said. She kind of embarrassed him in front of his little friends. So, I did find this part amusing because Miss Montenegro was hitting him with her purse, and she also owes somebody $1 because she did swear. Um, so this part here was pretty amusing, and then of course she tossed her bag. He opened it up, and there's a skull inside, and then she says "boo." So this person doesn't even intimidate her. Oh, and then I did like how she told them to lower lower their weapons, and they actually did it. So so this is quite an opening for a pilot episode. This is very very well done. So now on the next clip I will show, we get to meet Zach Hodgins. So we get to meet the whole team together. Oh yes,
Zach and Hodgins. Do not put them together. It's all with one person.
oh sorry, Zach and Hodgins. We do not get to meet Mr. Goodman yet. I will try to show him in this episode if he does come in. He was only in it for one season, and then they brought in Cam. So so then they do bring in some other people as well. But again, this is season one, and this is the first episode. So I will show that clip in just a second.
But it houses black carp and koi, which fed on the body. 3 larval stages of Trichoptera, Chironimidae.
As we cut to the chase.
The body was in the pond 1 winter and 2 summers.
Spring before last.
You really think I'm a lesbian?
The book. No, none of you are in the book. There's fictitious characters based.
So this is pretty much the group together, except for Goodman. Hodgins is the one with the beard. He's a conspiracy theorist as well as kind of the bug guy in this. He knows about the bugs that feed on the remains, and sometimes he even brings them in if there's a little bit of skin left, and he brings in the flesh-eating beetles. Yes, it is. Hodgins is he is the bug guy. So now we also have Zach, who is, I guess, sort of the assistant, or is he like an intern as well? Because and Brennan seems to boss him around a lot, seems to yell at him, and Montenegro doesn't really like this stuff. She likes the holograph, and we get to see that in the next clip. And
Does she have a first name?
she does. I just used to calling her Miss Montenegro. I think my dad called her that too. She does have a first name, and it's Angela. So it's Angela Montenegro.
What's Hodgins' first
Oh, I forgot Hodgins' first name.
name?
And no, we have not met Booth yet, but don't worry, we will. We actually will in the next clip because I am going to show the wonderful holograph, and this is how they determine who the person is. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Man, that's pretty cool.
And rerun the program substituting Caucasian values. familiar to anyone?
Yes, sir. Vanessa Williams.
I don't know what that means.
So this is the wonderful hologram here. And actually, Seeley Booth actually does find this cool. Him and, of course, these people at the Smithsonian don't exactly always see eye to eye, like I said. But in this clip there, he's actually sort of cooperating with them. Hodgins does kind of push him a little bit, though. Um, now, Temperance Brennan is not familiar with celebrities. So then when Angela does say it's between Lenny Kravitz and Vanessa Williams, Miss Brennan says, I don't know what that means. She says that with a lot of jokes that are in the show. I know she says it about Star Trek when somebody mentions Spock. She said she doesn't know what that means. It happens several times. And she also doesn't like it when Seeley Booth calls her Bones. She always says, stop calling me Bones. So, not a real good sense of humor on Temperance Brennan at all. Yeah, she does use that blank stare a lot, but she is very, very smart. So, so this is how they determine who the person is, and then they find out that a senator is involved with this person's disappearance. So, of course, being in the Smithsonian, they want to take the senator down. And Seeley Booth is kind of more hesitant on it because he knows it is really hard to take down a political figure. Temperance Brennan doesn't care. And this will show up in the next clip. And yes, I do actually like her for this. So I will show that in just a second.
What are you doing?
Saliva, say from chewing gum, is an excellent source of DNA. I intend to compare it to the DNA in fetal blood.
You need a warrant for that. Again, she needs a warrant.
If you have any further questions, we'll be in touch.
Action. So she takes the gum out of the trash can. So she honestly doesn't care who somebody is. She is going to go after them full speed, which I do actually. I actually applaud her for this.
Do you actually need a warrant to go to a garbage?
To take out evidence for something, I don't know. She might. I don't exactly know
There's a
what.
public building.
It was a public building.
Garbage can, technically.
I don't know. I have to actually look at a law book and figure that out. Um, anyways, I believe she takes down the assistant. I couldn't really tell because it was a little bit dark.
Yeah,
But which now she really isn't allowed to do that, but I could care less. This is very, very entertaining, and this shows how Temperance Brennan is. She doesn't really realize her intent here is good, but the FBI is obviously having a little bit of an issue with this. So they do kind of. The Booth does get his hand slapped for this. So they are going to check out somebody's house because I believe he has 12 hours and then he's off the case. So he now goes to this stalker's house and we'll show you how they interrogate him. Did he do it or not? We will find out. I will show that clip in just a second.
Boyfriend got the restraining order with his boss, the senator, but Ken is only concerned with his job and his tropical fish. They colluded to ruin my reputation with this specious stalker label, when in actuality, just tell me.
Oh, full confession, that would be great.
I love Cleo. Why would I hurt her?
If you don't mind, I'm going to keep one of these little books.
So they are at this stalker's house, apparently. It seems like he is the right now he is the person that does raise, I guess, the red flags. So the minute that they go in there, he does try to run away. Seeley quickly kind of turns his wrist and stops him. So he does mention tropical fish, so I did kind of figure out some of the stuff in this episode of how it would end. Um, that is one clue there is when the stalkers talk about the tropical fish, but he's going to cooperate any way he can. So it seems like this is not the person.
What does the tropical fish have to do with anything?
You will see. I'm not going to tell. But it has something to do with what is in the filter. So it does. He did suggest that they really obsessed over their tropical fish. So so I'm not going to give too much away, but I am going to show the part with the Smithsonian because this is where Hodgins and Sealy Booth tend to kind of clash a little bit. He's calling Senator sleazy, and of course, Booth sucks up to any type of government official. Oh,
It's not sucking up. You can't go after them.
well, that's true, but he is kind of for the government. I mean, he does kind of work for them, but he does kind of defend them as much as he can, and there's a reason for that. But I'm not going to get into it. So I will show that clip in just a second.
The little book Brennan got from the stalker matches the cellulose found in Cleo's hand.
Military cemetery, military knife implicates her own father. More misdirection.
Sound like any conniving son of a bitch senators, you know?
You expect me to declare war on a United States senator based on your little holographic crystal ball?
It's not magic. It's a logical recreation of events based on evidence.
No more valid than my gut.
So they go through the holograph again, and then they kind of show how she was stabbed and struck, and how she had her fingerprint pads pretty much cut off. So he tried to. So what the killer did was he tried to pretty much hide who this person was. That was his whole plan. So after showing all this, then they really try to. Oh, and I do have a guest. Skip is my guest, and he is partially asleep. I think he said that I had enough of Bones for one night. You put on a few episodes, and I've had enough. So, so I know that Skip is unhappy as usual. So, so now moving on. So, they really want to take the senator down. They think that they have enough evidence to get him here.
So they have a theory, and they want to use the theory as proof.
Well, I was going to say a hypothesis, but yes, okay, we will go with theory. So yes, they think that's enough, and to take down a senator, it's not even close. So that is, but there's a nicer way to say it. Then this is why squints belong in a lab, which Sealy Booth does get pretty snippy with them. So we did not show that because, like we said, we have to be careful with these clips, and we would rather this doesn't get blocked because then we got to go through all the trimming, and guess what? That takes a lot of time, and we'd rather just get this uploaded so then people can actually watch it instead of having to do it tomorrow morning.
Or the fact that they're going to be looking forward to clips and they're going to be in.
Yes, that as well, because then it's just me talking and.
Nobody wants to listen to that.
All right, at times I'm sure that people do. So now I will show the next clip when they actually go to the senator's house, and let's see what they do. I will show that clip in just a second.
I don't recognize that. That is not mine. That is not mine.
At least we got the hammer.
Yeah, but that's all we got.
Cement floor in the basement.
Yeah, no blood, no diatomaceous earth. We needed a trifecta, Bones. Physical evidence, murder weapon, crime scene.
Alcohol, I smell like breath.
This linoleum looks fairly new. What's underneath? Cement? The same cement that was embedded in Cleo's skull when you bashed her head in?
You might want to get out of here.
Can't let you destroy evidence.
Are you gonna stop me?
I'll stop you.
Not before I burn this place down with you in it.
So this is the final clip. I'm not going to exactly tell you how this ends, but pretty much the senator was the one that did get her pregnant, which shouldn't surprise anybody. This is a typical politician. I hate to polish it up, but these people are pretty much all bad. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you like. They all did something. So this is kind of typical here. So
If you became a congressman or a senator, would you be up there for?
that's why I can't be a congressman or a senator, because would I do it to be good? Absolutely. I would love to get into public service to be good, but but that is a very dirty game. Would I do what they do? No. Would I have to do something else? I would have to do people favors to, unfortunately, for lobbying or campaign reasons. So obviously, there would be some stuff there that I would have to do them a favor later on, but it would be nothing really dirty, but it would close doors later on, is what I'm trying to get at. I will explain off camera. This is not a political show. So, this is not the McLaughlin group. So, anyways, so, so Miss Brennan here does shoot him in the leg. So she obviously does she does her job here, and she also saves many fish. This guy was about to have a tropical fish fry, pretty much. Of course, loaded with gas. So pretty much what we do to our farm fish. So I will not say how this exactly ends, but this obviously isn't going to end well for the wonderful senator. This guy, pretty much, he was doing this to cover the senator's butt. So I will not show the end of the episode because who knows? The senator might get away with it. This guy here might get away with it because she did sort of break into that little fish house there and do kind of a good deed but dirty at the same time. So how's the FBI going to react to this? So there are many ways that this could actually go. So this is the pilot episode. So now I will do my wonderful review, pretty much if I recommend this and how I will grade this.
You own all 12 seasons.
That doesn't mean anything because I did not see some of those seasons yet. So I cannot exactly review the whole entire series, but for a pilot episode, this was very, very good. I don't remember what time this went on. This was on Fox. And I know that because that's what it said online, because I actually bought these on DVD without actually seeing a single episode, believe it or not. So I bought the first two together, and then I just ended up buying the whole entire series because it was a less expensive way to go, because I lost some of my seasons. So, but like I said, in general, for some reason they just went. I don't know what happened to them. So, so with this pilot episode, I would have to give this a B plus. For a pilot, they are introducing the characters, which they did a good job doing. This was very entertaining. It wasn't boring.
You did not show the head of the.
I didn't show Goodman, did I? But he wasn't in it much in this episode. So Goodman, of course, he was not really in this too often. So hopefully I will show him next time, depending on when the DVD roulette goes. But this is something I will recommend. And believe it or not, this is on Disney Minus and Hulu. So Disney owns Bones, as weird as that sounds.
Oh, that's what they bought up.
It is, but this is one to definitely check out if you're tired of The Masked Singer, which I hope nobody that watches my channel watches The Masked Singer or Lip Sync Battle or Chris Lee's whatever show that is, or Fear Factor or The Crapdashians. So yes, this is definitely, please check this out. This is definitely a must watch if you're into crime shows. So please comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for watching.